What is up, YouTube? James Baek here, and welcome back to another episode of VGC 2018 Back to Back Battles. Today, we're using this Gardevoir Araquanid core once again with Tapu Koko, Hydreigon, Hitmontop, and a new member, Naganadel. So, I've been testing this team and core and been fiddling around. I've been changing a lot of mods. I've been doing a lot of off-camera practice. I don't know, I just really don't like Mega Gardevoir anymore. I feel like whatever I liked about Mega Gardevoir in 15 is gone in 18. Just because the Pixelate nerf really, I feel, just hurts it so much. Like, Gardevoir was... I felt like Gardevoir already was doing, like, alright. Maybe it was a little bit powerful in 15, but, like, now it's just, like, it doesn't do much damage. It's... Well, Psychic still does a lot, but, like, Hyper Voice, its main damage output is, like, not really doing too much. There's a lot of Pokemon with, you know, Z moves that can just really threaten Gardevoir. I just don't know how I feel about it now. I just feel like it's changed a lot. Or maybe it's just the Gardevoir team I'm using is just, well, it's probably not the most solid variant of Gardevoir. I can definitely assure that. It's probably not the best Gardevoir team. But, yeah, I'm just not sure how much I like Gardevoir anymore, to be honest. I liked it in the past. I'm not sure about now. We got Quinn from the United States, New York, as our first opponent. We got the team Charizard, Tapu Koko, Cresselia, Tyranitar, Aegislash, and Landorus variant. So, I've been facing a lot of Charizard, Tapu Koko, Lando, Cresselia, actually, a lot off camera. But I added Naganadel, if people can't tell. I like Naganadel on this team because helped against Lele and helped against Feeny, which were big problems to my team overall. Overall, in this matchup... I don't know who would lead here. I think maybe... I don't know. Every opponent against me so far is like Landorus plus Charizard. You know what? I'm going to assume it. I think Hydreigon's just a good lead. It can get Tailwind up probably against my opponent pretty easily. So I'll go... Gardevoir... Hydreigon, Hitmontop. I think Hitmontop Hydreigon just secures Tailwind, which is good speed control. Araquanid does really well against my opponent's team, but I just don't like it overall. Because I played against this team, and it was really hard to get Araquanid under trick him, I felt like. And Koko can do some work. Threatens the Charizard, which is nice. I'm really liking Naganadel, though. I'm going to try Naganadel, because if I can get a nasty plot up, it looks actually pretty decent against my opponent. Especially because Aegislash could be a problem if I burn my Z move pretty early, which I'm pretty sure I probably will, to be honest. So I'm trying to figure out what do I want to do against my opponent's team, because Vili Landorus Charizard, which is kind of what I'm assuming. Maybe Koko Charizard, but I kind of doubt it. Koko Aegislash. Oh, that's so good for me. That's so good for me. I can fake out Koko and go for a Tailwind here. Aegislash should be threatened. I don't know if you want to risk your Aegislash turn 1, because I could just fake out Darkium, the Hydreigon slot, but I mean the Aegislash slot. But like, I don't know if you would ever risk your Aegislash. It's just such a valuable member, I feel like. I could just fake out the Koko pretty easily. Get my speed control up. I can see a switch in Tyranitar. My opponent has it in the back. But yeah, you're never going to risk Aegislash in that position. Landorus? No, Tyranitar. Okay, nice. And this helps too, because I can go for Helping Hand, Dark Pulse into Koko, which actually should pick up the knockout if you protect. And a bit of Sandstorm, I feel like, should secure that. So nice. Fake out. Or I could Wide Guard, to be honest, because you don't threaten me because of Gleam. Gleam's the only move that can knock out Hydreigon in this situation. You can't go for it. So it's not Scarf Koko. Helping Hand, Darkium is like really, really good. And I think I do want to go for it straight away, to be honest, because I'm pretty sure Tyranitar might double back out into Aegislash, to be honest, because I don't think you want to risk close combat in that slot. You could, to be honest, but we'll see here. Koko's going to switch out. And a Landorus, okay. Good play, but Darkium is coming at Landorus' way. I wonder if it would have allowed Tyranitar to live a close combat. I think it would have. But I'm going for Helping Hand Z move. And that's going to do a lot to Landorus. If it's Assault Vest, I should just put in Dark Pulse range still. So I don't mind this trade. Getting rid of Landorus is huge. Just because, one, it's probably the one thing that's really stopping my Naganadel from doing a lot of work other than his Tyranitar. And this Tyranitar is always threatened by my Hitmontop. So this is a really good spot for me either way. I just need to get a Beast Boost with Naganadel and I'm golden. Or I just knock out Landers. Wow. That's fantastic. Low kick gonna come out in the Hydreigon. That should knock out. Oh, it does with the Sandstorm though. Alright. So I lose Hydreigon here. Not too bad. I still have Hitmontop in. Close combat's looking pretty good. I could actually just go on a Gardevoir, I think, and just click Hyper Voice. My opponent didn't bring Charizard too. Aegislash might come out though. Naganadel's actually pretty good here, I think. I think Naganadel puts in some work here. Because yeah, you should go Aegislash here. And I think close combat into Sludge Bomb, the Tyranitar should pick up the knockout if I'm correct. Because it catches Coco on the switch in as well as knocks out Tyranitar. Tyranitar's forced to protect. I guess maybe one thing I should have feared is maybe Aegislash going for Ghostium straight away into Naganadel. But I think if you Ghostium anything, it'd be Hitmontop. We'll see though. I mean, if I can knock out Tyranitar, that's so good for my Naganadel, but that's if it survives the turn. Maybe I shouldn't have risked Naganadel. Okay, but my opponent stays in. Sludge Bomb. Gets a Poison, which is nice. And close combat into Tyranitar. I think that should pick up the knockout. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So I get rid of that Tyranitar, which is really, really nice. And Aegislash is not going for a Z move because the sand changes first. Okay, what's it going for? Shadow Ball? Yep, into the Naganadel. Okay. That's not going to knock me out. Yeah. Perfect. Now it comes in the Coco. It's so hard to play against Coco, I guess. I'll just go in the Gardevoir here, and I'll go for Fire Blast into Aegislash. I don't think I want to set up yet with my Naganadel, so I feel like this is the best case overall. Because, I don't know, Aegislash might decide not to protect here, but I think you double protect if you're my opponent, which is why I feel like Gardevoir's a free switch in, and I'm pretty sure you don't risk Coco here, like, at all. I don't feel like you should ever risk Coco. But I don't feel like you should ever risk Aegislash either. I think you just double protect, to be honest. And what this allows me to do is maybe get Psychic off into the top of Coco slot. Yeah, Coco should always protect here. Does Aegislash protect or no? Should. It doesn't. Oh, are you serious? That probably knocked it out and that was game. Oh. Well. That's what I get for using Fire Blast. Oh, that's so dumb. Alright. I get Hitmontop in. It's not over yet, but it's really looking dumb. Especially if the Aegislash is the Z move, and I'm pretty sure it is. Guess what, KO'd Aegislash, and then I just win the game with my Gardevoir combined with Naganadel. One Fire Blast. That's all you need to hit Naganadel. Of course. This game does not love me. Alright, I'm going to Hyper Voice plus Fake Out. Hope that with the Sandstorm it knocks out Tapu Koko. And then, I don't know. Hope this Aegislash doesn't have Ghostium. As it just stays in. If I crit, maybe. Be a Wide Guard here. To be honest, I would have just Ghostiumed anyway, but alright. I mean, there's not much I can do. There's not much I can do. I needed to hit the... I needed the KO on the... I needed the KO there. There's not anything I can do. I'm going to Helping Hand. Maybe if I crit Helping Hand Hyper Voice as he goes for like Shadow Ball. There's not much I can do. I needed to hit the Fire Blast. I'll just go for Helping Hand here. Aegislash is going to King Shield after Wide Guarding? Fail. Oh, of course he gets a double too. What that could have allowed me to do was maybe play a different mind game against my opponent, because maybe what I could have done was I got the Hyper Voice chip damage and then like I could potentially I don't know. It would still been hard. It's not knocking any one of my Pokemon out without the terrain. Hitmontop. It's not gonna KO. Yeah. Alright, maybe there is still a chance. I really doubt it though. I need like 2 crits in a row. Maybe I hope my opponent targets on the Hitmontop for some reason. Well, you can't Ghost him, so you can't knock out Gardevoir unless you crit here. It's just so dumb. If I hit the Fire Blast, this game was over. But I'm gonna Helping Hand, Hyper Voice. If people wonder why I run Fire Blast on this team, it's because +2. Because this was the Life Orb Naganadel. I just changed the item originally because Fire Blast actually gets some very significant chaos with Life Orb. But yeah, Helping Hand, Hyper Voice doesn't do enough. Shadow Ball. It's not gonna KO Gardevoir. Special Defense drop. Maybe if I Mega Crit. I need like some kind of Mega Crit on the Aegislash. Helping Hand on the King Shield. Yep. Like I made the play too. I didn't Nasty Plot up because there was no point in going for Nasty Plot. The plan was to, like, Coco would have protected, and if Aegislash went on the offense, if Fire Blast knocked it out, if it went for King Shield that turn, when I got Gardevoir in, I could just Psychic the Coco, pick up the knockout onto that slot, protect my Naganadel, and just set up a game where I can Nasty Plot up because he's forced to King Shield. Well, I'm still going to hope for like a Mega Crit because I'm not going to Protect Stall because one, there's no point of going for a Protect Stall war game because my opponent just King Shields every time. Like if him on top, maybe had a way to touch the Aegislash, maybe. Yeah, I don't even think a crit would have knocked out. I would have needed like double crit. So that's Pokemon for you, but what can you do? Shadow Ball gonna knock out Gardevoir. And we're gonna forfeit. This day has been really cold to me. No, enough with the puns. If people don't know, it's actually right here in the United States in the East Coast where I currently reside in. It's like we got like a kind of a blizzard. It was like 10 inches of snow. It was quite crazy. I had to shovel through that. It was cold. It was a cold day. And yeah, I can still feel the chills on my well, I like the cold, to be honest. I did not like the heavy winds though. That was unpleasant, but I do like the cold in general. But yeah, there wasn't much I can do. I felt like I positioned myself to the right end game. It just, you know, came down to if I hit Fire Blast or not. Which is fair because I chose to use Fire Blast. Maybe I should have changed it for Flamethrower on this team specifically. I mean, I run Flamethrower on Hydreigon. I could have saved Hydreigon for later in the game, but I felt like getting the KO on Coco early on, or Landorus, was still a really good trade no matter what. As we got Juan here with the team of Kartana, Heatran, Tapu Fini, Kangaskhan, Zapdos, and Landorus Varian. Coco's really good in this matchup. Coco. Hydreigon's also really good in this matchup, actually. There's a lot of good Pokemon I can have. Like my Araquanid can pick up KOs pretty quickly. There's so many good Pokemon I want to bring here. I think I go what? There's a lot of good options I have. I think I'm gonna try out Coco. I think I might want to go offensive here. Maybe Coco Hydreigon as the lead. Yeah, I like Coco Hydreigon as the lead. Gardevoir and Hitmontop in the back. Naganadel. It could do really well here. The problem, I would have more confidence if I was a Life Orb set because I could probably pick up the knockout Kangaskhan with +2 Life Orb Sludge Bomb. But with Sash, I don't know. I chose Sash because I had Life Orb on Coco already. I don't know. Maybe I should switch it back to Electrium Coco, but that's up for a future to decide because I'm still editing this team overall. Heatran Tapu Fini is going to lead here. Okay. I don't think you ever risk Electrium into the Fini slot. I could get a Tailwind up probably relatively free. Heatran might want to Earth Power. What's the safest play? I don't think there is really a safe play here. I think I just Volt Switch to Heatran slot. And you know what? I'm going to Protect. I'm not going to risk anything right here this turn. I want to see how much Volt Switch does to Heatran. I'm not sure if your Specs Fini. I'm not going to risk it, to be honest. So yeah, Fini protects. That's okay. I can probably go on a Hitmontop and reset the electric terrain. So, oh, it's my opponent actually doubles protects. That works. Because, ooh, I don't know if he would ever switch Fini out in a Landorus, which I could definitely see from my opponent. Kind of wish I had Earth Power on Hydreigon now. I think I still Volt Switch Fini. And I'm actually going to go on a Gardevoir because it covers for the Moonblast play. If you see me Volt Switching, you might assume I don't have Electrium. So I'm actually going to go hard in a Gardevoir here and I think try to get Hitmontop in. So I trace the Misty Surge. Okay, nice. He stays in. So I get the damage I need on Fini to put in range of Psychic. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Psychic should KO Tapu Fini. I'm pretty sure. And we go out into Hitmontop. Because I don't need the eject button right now. And I could go back in a Coco or Hydreigon. I think Hydreigon's a pretty fine call here. Moonblast's gonna go out. That should be the Gardevoir slot. Yep. It's a special attack job, which is annoying. It's Heat Wave and Hitmontop Avoid. It's okay. That's probably the worst turn because Psychic would have knocked out the Tapu Fini most likely without it. Now it just makes this game a bit weird. Yeah, it makes this game quite weird. I could fake out the Fini, but that would probably proc a berry, which I do not want. I'm just gonna fake out Heatran and Psychic and get some chip on the Heatran. That's really unfortunate. It's really not been going my way. Eject button would have been nice because I could eject it out into Coco again. Threatened with a nice powerful Life Orb Thunderbolt or Volt Switch combination here. Heatran's gonna protect. I didn't care. Let's see if it's a double. I don't think it is. Yeah. Because my opponent has free reign. Just like it would have probably knocked out Fini. But now my opponent gets a free Moonblast. Is this in a... Okay, this is in Hitmontop. That's not bad. Okay. Get back Coco. Click Volt Switch into Heatran, and I guess just Psychic the Heatran slot. Right now it really sucks because I'm weakening mons that I didn't have to weaken in the first place. So I guess I'll just Volt Switch here in a Heatran. Just Psychic. Even if Tapu Fini protects, I don't feel like it helps me. I will always Volt Switch to Heatran slot. Because yeah, Fini's gonna protect here, which is fine. It's just annoying. I hope my opponent actually KOs my Gardevoir here. Volt Switch does do a lot though. I should put in Darken range. Okay, maybe I can get back in this game. It's still really difficult though. I'm gonna go Hydreigon. Because even though I don't threaten the Fini, I need Gardevoir to go down to something. Psychic in a Heatran. And Heat Wave. I didn't want Hitmontop to take that because I need Hitmontop decently healthy. And I will go for a Protect. And just Psychic the Heatran. I don't care if you knock out Gardevoir. I need Coco to get a free switch in. Because that's what I'm trying to do. Get Coco to get a free switch in. Get myself in a position where I can maybe double knock out both his Pokemon here. It's still really difficult, but it's worth a shot, I feel like. I'm going to Psychic. Heatran's weakened. Moonblast going to go out into Hydreigon. Please hit Heat Wave. I need you to actually hit Heat Wave. Okay, nice. So Gardevoir goes down. Now I can go into Coco and Volt Switch to Feeny and Dark Pulse the Heatran slot. Because I will be able to knock out the Heatran. It's like Landorus is a problem. Especially if it's AV, if it's in the back. I felt like if you had Landorus though, you would have brought it out earlier. So I don't know what my opponent has. I'm going to Dark Pulse. Volt Switch. I have no reason not to, as my opponent's actually going to stay in, so I get both Pokemon, which is really nice here. However, I do have to bring out my Hitmontop. Maybe I should have Thunderbolted, actually. I should have Thunderbolted, because now I have to waste my Hitmontop's Intimidate, but I do get Fake Out Pressure for the late, for this part. Which might not be too bad, but like with Kangaskhan as a back Pokemon, most likely from my opponent, it's not looking good. So I Dark Pulse the Heatran slot. Alright, so I get a double knockout here, yet I should have Thunderbolted. I should have thought about that more. I Volt Switched because I didn't want... I don't know why I Volt Switched, actually. I should have always Thunderbolted. Zapdos and Kang? Okay. Do I make a read? Because I could Helping Hand Darkium to Kangaskhan. Which could work. Okay. So you could fake out Hydreigon Tailwind. Or you could help fake out Thunderbolt. There's so many plays. You know what? I have to make a read to get back in this game. I'm already really far behind. He could just attack the Hitmontop slot with like a return or a double edge, which is kind of what I'm expecting to do for my opponent to do, to be honest, but we'll see what comes out. So let's see. I'm going to Helping Hand. Hope that my opponent... Maybe I should Darkium the Zapdos. Fake out into... It is in a Hitmontop. Okay, that works. So I get the knockout on Kangaskhan. That's really good. I had to make some kind of hard read and hope for something, and it actually ended up working. Like, of course, if my opponent just faked out or double-edged my Hydreigon, like, yeah, it was over. But I felt like, I don't know, by the way my opponent's been playing, I kind of had a suspicion it would be, like, Hitmontop, to be honest. So I'm going to get the knockout on Kangaskhan. This should knock out, unless it's, like, some random really bulky Kang. Okay. I could have targeted Zapdos now, which is problematic because Zapdos could still win this. Tailwind going to go up. It's fine. Even if he has Heat Wave, my best play is always a Tailwind with my Hydreigon and just close combat. Hydreigon doesn't get KO'd by any single move from Zapdos. So I'm going to Tailwind close combat. As, yeah, he has Heat Wave, which is fine. Because I get in my Coco and I can Thunderbolt and Dark Pulse. And Heat Wave usually signals that you usually don't have HP Ice unless you have no Roost. Usually it's Zapdos, it's Thunderbolt, Tailwind, then you have either Heat Wave, Hidden Power Ice, and then you either have Protector Roost. It's usually that kind of combination. It's very rare to see like a 3-attack Tailwind Hydreigon. It's very rare for Roost and Protect to be on the same set. So we'll see what my opponent goes for. I'm just going to Dark Pulse and Thunderbolt. It should be able to pick up a knockout, unless the Zapdos has a berry, I think. I just double up the Zapdos with Thunderbolt and Dark Pulse, and that should be game, I feel like. If it survives even, like, unless the Zapdos has Roost and stalls out, like, I should be good anyway. Plus the fact that Zapdos always has the chance to flinch from a Hydreigon. We saw that Hydreigon was faster than Zapdos earlier in the game. So I always have the chance to get a 20% Dark Pulse flinch, and my opponent somehow lives. Crits my Coco. As the match is actually going to be forfeit. So that's going to be a good game to my opponent. And yeah, this was a pretty short episode, but yeah, I think it's good enough for today's episode. I do hope that everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2018 Back to Back Battles. The first game. Gotta move on. Gotta move on. Of course, if we hit Fire Blast, the game was over. But we took that risk. We didn't get it. And then game 2, like, kind of got messy. It really did get messy because I didn't get what I wanted to do with, like, put myself into a position where Gardevoir can knock out the Feeny, and then I get, like, some other slot to threaten the Heatran. Instead, I got, like, a special attack drop on the Moonblast, which I think it's 30% chance, so it's fair. And then, you know, I got into a really weird position. I shouldn't have ever Thunderbolted there, though. I don't think I should have ever Thunderbolted there. I mean Volt Switch the Feeny slot in that last turn. I think I should just Thunderbolted because then I could have got Hitmontop in. Intimidate that Kangaskhan, have Fake Out Pressure. I could have always Volt Switched and Hitmontop is hard switched out. But yeah, that's something I did learn. But luckily was able to make one hard read. And even though it might have not made sense because it kind of was a panic read, I felt like it was probably like my only shot to get back in the game at that rate. I felt like. Because if that was Jolly Kangaskhan, it just went for Double Edge and a Hydreigon and was a Thunderbolt into him on top. There was nothing I can do. The game was over from there. There's nothing I can do to come back from that. But hope that everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2018 Back to Battles. If you did, please leave a like down below. Show some support. You can check out my social medias down below and a lot of the other stuff that I have done. If you haven't checked out my best of 3 sets where I go over some of the tournament matches and sets that I have been doing, I highly recommend go checking that out because it's been... A lot of people have been really liking what I've been doing with my post-commentary sets. Like showing my thought process in a best of 3, which is like a way different monster from best of 1. So I think it's really good as if you want to go see best of 3 content because the mindset of a player can be really different compared to best of 3 versus best of 1. And I feel like in best of 3, like I feel like it's usually more solid for like a bunch of players. Like more players are just solid in the best of 3 than in the best of 1. Because in the best of 1, you're like forced to make some plays because you have to play safe basically every time, most of the time, because you just, you know, you don't know what sets your opponent has. You can't make risks. You can't make too many risks. I'm trying to say risks. Yeah, but you can't make that many in best of 1 because you always have to assume like potential different sets. While in the best of 3, you can be a bit more aggressive, lose a game, but still end up coming out on top. But anyway. Go check that out. Otherwise, you can check me out down below. The placement of this team is down below as well, including the new Naganadel set. I did wish I was able to nasty plot in that game, to be honest. But, yeah, hopefully we will. I might be changing up this team more in the future, too. I'll continue testing, but hope everyone does enjoy, and I'll catch you around in another video. Have a great day, people. See you around next time.